now we come to the nice part of this. They're saying people are not buying electrics in the growth quantities that everybody wants to see. Price is a factor, charging is a factor, resale is a factor, and they have thought of solutions for all three. You tell me if these solutions are clever, A, and B, going to work or not, because I'm going to just present it to you as what they told me, because I think fundamentally the approach is right. Some of the stuff that they've thought of is a good idea. Whether it will work or not, new issue, because as far as I can tell, as popular as the Windsor is, the Windsor BaaS system does not bring customers into money as much as into the showroom.
Yeah.
Now comes the juicy part of this. Okay, so the prices of these scooters are unusually low.
Hit me.
So they are introductory prices at this time, but the Vida Plus is just under ₹1,00,000, and the Vida Go is 15,000 rupees below that.
Okay.
Right, but you don't have to buy the whole scooter, as it were, because taking a leaf out of MG's book, there's battery available as a, they will say service, I will say loan. They call it BaaS, not BaaS, not my fault, and therefore I don't call it BaaL, I call it BaaL. This is not my fault. But if there is a joke, I will take it. Okay, so you can get a 3 or a 5-year battery as a loan product on the base model. You can get a 2, 3 or 5-year loan on the top model. You should check those plans super carefully, because the 2-year plan, for example, requires you to consistently bill 2,400 kilometers a month as your mileage. What that means is, whether you ride 100 kilometers or not, up to 2,400 kilometers, the money that you pay for that month's usage is the same.
Because this was the thing even with when MG came out with the BaaS, that you had some plans had a minimum billing, that you had to do X number of kilometers, that was a minimum payment. And
yeah, so the minimum payment on the 2-year plan, which Hero will harp about, because that's the plan according to them, which brings it down to 90 paise per kilometer. That's the cheapest one. But that cheapest one has a commitment of 2,400 kilometers every month, which they will bill you whether you use it or not. Okay, so be cautious with this. What Hero is basically saying is, now we come to the nice part of this. They're saying people are not buying electrics in the growth quantities that everybody wants to see. Price is a factor, charging is a factor, resale is a factor, and they have thought of solutions for all three. You tell me if these solutions are clever, A, and B, going to work or not, because I'm going to just present it to you as what they told me, because I think fundamentally the approach is right. Some of the stuff that they've thought of is a good idea. Whether it will work or not, new issue, because as far as I can tell, as popular as the Windsor is, the Windsor BaaS system does not bring customers into money as much as into the showroom.
yeah,
People are not taking the BaaS loan as often as the hype about BaaS is, right? So back to BaaL, the prices dropped to as little as 45,000 rupees for the base model. Okay, now so how are they doing this? They're basically saying the chassis motor of the scooter and the battery of the scooter are two separate units. Because of the government's law, and this is not a swappable battery system like the Honda Activa Electric, these batteries are yours. The scooter is hypothecated to you when you opt for a loan, either for the whole scooter or when you do the battery as a loan thing. In both cases, the scooter is hypothecated to you. When the loan is off, hypothecation is taken off just as if you've taken a loan for the whole vehicle in the first place. So there is no complication here. But what they're basically saying is, if we can give you the scooter at, let's say, 45,000 rupees for the Go model, and then give you battery as a loan, then if you're also financing this, you could pay a down payment as low as 7, 8, 10,000 rupees and bring the scooter home, and then have two concurrent EMIs, one from the loan provider for the scooter and one from the loan provider for the battery. Who are the loan providers? Vidyut, you heard them in the context of MG, and Hero FinCorp.
Yeah.
Vidyut, 8 cities only is their coverage. The rest of the places, Hero FinCorp will make up for the rest of it. So you can take a loan from Hero to buy a product from Hero. Ooh, so good. Now, jokes aside, what this basically means to you is, in terms of the purchase cost of the scooter to bring it home, they've brought it down dramatically, right? First, the VX2 is not an expensive scooter, because the prices are lower than competition by, let's call it 10, 12,000 rupees on average anyway, which is roughly 10%.
Which was 1,85,000. That was the delta between the VX2 Plus
15,000 rupees,
and
yeah.
the VX2
Go.
Go. And the 85,000 drops down to 45,000.
Yeah. 44,900. It's all listed as introductory prices. So you absolutely expect that if the VX2 becomes a hit, I have doubts, but if the VX2 becomes a hit, these prices will jump up to normal and become directly competitive to the Rizta overall, and therefore the BaaL will bring the prices down further.
And ballpark, did you do any calculations as to, let's say, if you took one of those plans, like the 5-year plan or the 3-year plan, how much would you end up paying? Like the monthly, you said, is the minimum 2,500?
No, the 2-year plan is 2,500 rupees.
Okay.
If you go into the longer range plans, then it's as low as 900 kilometers a month.
So you'd be paying another, let's say, 900?
The monthly payment for the 2,400 kilometer plan is 2,160 rupees. Let's call it 2,200 rupees. And for that scooter, if you were to take a 5-year plan, then your minimum commitment is 800, for which you'll pay just over 1,100 rupees.
Okay. 1,100 rupees.
So 60 months of 1,100 rupees. So let's call it 66,000. But this is the expensive scooter, which you'd buy at about 58,000 at that point.
1,100 rupees first into 12. So that is your...
Into 60 months, 5 years.
Okay. And at the end of it, it's all clear?
Yeah, it's all clear. So 66,000 rupees is what you'd pay for the battery, and you would have already paid 58,000 rupees at the beginning for the scooter itself.
Okay, not bad.
So 58 plus 66 is 1,24,000 rupees.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're being unreasonable. I'm just saying just be cautious with these commitments, because that 2,400 kilometers is part of that plan. It is not negotiable. So when you do 1,200 kilometers this month, can you get 1,200 kilometers in credit? No, you can't. You will have to pay that kind of money.
But unlike the other systems where, like, if you use additional kilometers, it's not like you get charged for that either.
No, you do. Overage charges are there.
Oh.
So if you go over the 2,400 kilometers on the 2-year plan, you will get billed per kilometer or whatever it is, for
But
sure.
I'm guessing the same thing, it'll take it out of the loan.
They didn't say any of those things, and you should read the Hero website very cautiously, because there's a lot of disclaimers and terms and conditions kind of work going on. So as much as the top line of the plan seems quite attractive, there are sort of gaps in the information itself. Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think we are also rolling out a program called Podcast as a Loan, BaaL. BaaL, if you prefer, and it's like great value, because the EMI is 0, the down payment is 0, the interest rate is 0. So if you haven't checked out,
As a Marwadi, I approve.
yes, if you haven't checked out Disconnect Season 3 and you think free is too expensive, try our BaaL plan out. It reduces the barriers, and now you can come and watch it.
All right. On that note, I think we should wrap it up.
What you should not do is don't think of it as podcast as a service, though, because that's pass. Please don't pass Disconnect. We love doing it. BaaL, good, pass, bad.
Yeah.
That is a clip from MotorInc. And what that means is, if you'd like to see more of these, you can do 2 things. One is stay on this channel, subscribe and watch more, or you can come to the main MotorInc channel, where you'll find a much longer video that discusses this idea in a lot more detail.